Hello everyone. You might be surprised to know that many candidates who miss a B in OET writing don't struggle with English. They lose marks due to irrelevant detail, weak structure, and poor alignment with the task. This video focuses on correcting exactly that. In the OET writing test, you have 5 minutes to read, 40 minutes to write, and success depends less on language ability and more on clinical judgment, prioritization, and structured communication. Let's diagnose the issues first. A common error is starting immediately with the case notes. Instead, begin with the writing task to establish the recipient, the purpose of the letter. For example, when writing to a physiotherapist, the expectation is not a full medical history, but a targeted clinical summary that enables appropriate follow up care. This context guides every decision you make afterwards, especially what to include and what to omit. OET writing evaluates your ability to filter clinically relevant information. While reviewing the notes, think like a professional communicating with a colleague. What information is necessary for them to manage this patient? For instance, demographic details without clinical relevance can be excluded. Occupational or lifestyle factors contributing to the condition should be included. Unrelated comorbidities are usually unnecessary unless they affect management. Current treatment relevant to the presenting complaint should be included. This is not just language testing, it's clinical reasoning in written form. Always keep that in mind. Now let's talk about how you can transform notes into language. Case notes are intentionally abbreviated. Your task is to convert them into clear, formal, and grammatically complete sentences suitable for professional communication. This involves expanding shorthand into full meaning, interpreting symbols such as upward arrow means increase, ensuring each sentence is structurally complete, avoid copying phrases directly. This limits coherence and affects scoring in language and organization. Let me know if you want me to give you more examples. Prioritize content. Focus on the core clinical narrative, duration and progression of symptoms, nature and severity of the condition, aggravating and relieving factors, relevant investigation findings, avoid repetition and exclude unrelated data. The management plan is especially important as it directly addresses the purpose of the letter and informs the recipient's next steps. Letter structure. A clear and consistent format supports readability and professionalism. Ensure address is written line by line in the top left. Date format is consistent throughout. Subject line clearly identifies the patient. Formal salutation is used. These elements may seem minor, but they contribute to overall clarity and organization. Now, how to write purpose statement. The opening sentence should immediately establish the reason for writing. It should be concise, direct, clinically focused. For example, I'm writing to refer this patient for further management of chronic lower back pain. This sets the tone and direction for the rest of the letter. Please Please write some example purpose statements in the comments and I will correct them for you. Body organization. Think in terms of clinical progression and logical grouping. First paragraph is about presenting problem. Begin with the history of the current condition, onset and duration, description of symptoms, patterns or triggers. This paragraph establishes the clinical context. Second paragraph should have supporting information. It should include investigation results, relevant lifestyle or occupational factors, any additional context that supports understanding of the condition. Even if details come from different sections of the notes, they should be grouped based on relevance, not order. Third paragraph should be about management plan. This is central to your task. Clearly outline interventions already initiated, recommended treatments, lifestyle modifications, follow-up arrangements. The aim is to provide the reader with a clear, actionable plan. In the end, request paragraph. Conclude with a precise and professional request. Use formal phrasing such as, I would be grateful if you could, then specify what actions are required, what role the recipient is expected to play. This ensures there is no ambiguity about expectations. And then end with a standard professional line. Please do not hesitate to contact me if further information is required. Follow this with a formal sign-off. Final review. Reserve time to check grammar and spelling, sentence clarity, consistency in formatting. Minor errors can reduce your score, even if your content is strong. OET writing is not about producing more content. It is about communicating relevant clinical information clearly and efficiently. When you focus on selection, structure, and purpose, your score improves accordingly. If you found this lesson helpful, please press like, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe the channel. If there is any question, let me know and I will try to answer in the next videos. Take care and see you again. Bye.